Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishnan. Here basically we are discussing one of the topic that is city creation. In this city creation, basically we are talking about the topic that is future creation. Basically, that is cities creation. That basically was the example. Basically, there are basically many states. Basically, that basically satellite group told that basically they have created more than 70 states. Basically, but that is not in front of the Supreme Courts. Basically, so this group basically told that basically हिंदुस्तान हमारे बाप का है. So this person group basically told that basically this person basically has came basically he want to see basically हिंदुस्तान किसके बाप का है. So see basically the discussion basically is connecting. So Supreme Court basically say that basically this group basically, that is Supreme Court USA and Supreme Court America basically is telling that basically up to what level basically their thinking basically are there. So they basically told that basically in this world basically everybody knows that basically it's a digital world basically. Then he told that yes, it's a digital world basically which is digitally connected. Then he told that yes, basically it's a digitally connected world basically. So one of the person told that basically it's a digital world basically which is connected with the digital areas. So digital world equal to digital area also you can say basically. So USA basically is creating the digital cities also. That is basically different topic that basically have already discussed, because text box equal to 1000 city basically that is the digital world, and text box combo box equal to 1000 city that is also basically digital world basically. So one of the person told that yes basically. So here basically we are discussing what basically. Then he told that basically here we are discussing that how basically Supreme Courts are connected up of their thinking basically. Then basically one of the person told that yes basically how they are connected basically. Then basically one of the person told that basically they basically give the decision, which type of decision basically they give. So see basically I will connect to this topic basically, that is this. So this is fifth part basically. That is one basically, that is human needs are created from human bodies with the help of set of energies. Assume that basically one new human needs was introduced in markets also we can say, market also you can say market. Assume that basically it was lava energies creation inside human bodies, which was planned long before, and its energies was also dumped into many human bodies, and the successfully the lava energies was created. This is one thing basically. Then it was the yes basically. So how basically Supreme Court and High Courts, Supreme Court and High Courts given the green signal. Here basically I will take brown signal because I like brown basically. So I will add my color also basically, that is brown. So they have given the green signal. So here basically I will add brown signal basically. So how they basically can't display the thing basically that public basically are creating the lavas basically inside that body basically. They can say that basically that bhai we are basically dumping the lava energy and basically we are going to produce lava from your body. This basically they can't see basically. They can't tell basically. The Supreme Court basically can't tell this type of thing basically. The human are basically used this way basically. That they can tell basically. Then into that no basically. But they have to keep the remember basically. They have to keep the remember basically that they have basically passed this type of rule basically. Then he told that yes basically. You are correct. So he told basically how basically they remembers the rules basically. Remembers of the rules passed by the Supreme Courts. How they basically pass the rule basically of the Supreme Court. So they basically told that basically they basically might be remembering this basically. So they told that basically they might be creating one case and they will be new basically, and lava basically means very dangerous basically. It's the most dangerous thing basically they might be generating from the bodies basically. Then they told that yes basically you are 100% correct basically. So how they might be remembering that basically they have basically given the brown signal basically or green signal basically. In Earth Planet basically lots of people say green signal, but I have added brown signal basically. That how basically they can say that basically this energy basically has given a brown signal basically. Then he told that basically they might be creating some case basically in Earth Planet basically, and this basically it's a digital thing basically though, so it might be done here basically, that is in USA court. And in USA court basically lots of people says that it's a federal rule basically. It's a federal rule basically. And who is this person basically, that are also basically we are going to discuss later on basically. So federal rule basically is in USA basically. So federal rule basically how they keeps remember that basically they have basically created this rule basically. So how they basically connecting to the land basically. The reason previously it was basically getting created in land basically. See basically that means South Africa. So we will connect to South Africa also basically. So see basically how things are going to connect. South Africa country. Detective agencies basically are there basically. So South Africa, this is that country basically. People says that basically this is that country basically where the lavas are created basically. And here basically lavas are basically designed and which is dumped into the bodies basically. Sorry, not body basically, into the land basically. But now basically they are going to dump into the human bodies basically. So how basically Supreme Court remembers the rules they have passed basically. Then into that they might be creating one case basically, and that case basically might be connecting. They might be chaining the case basically of the Supreme Court, and they might be using that basically this person basically has got the highest punishment in this world basically. So like this they might be remembering the thing basically. So like this basically they might be remembering the things basically. That is this group, this group, this group, this group. Sorry, this group basically just newly came basically. This group, Alibaba Chor basically, boundary basically drawn by this group basically. So they basically say that Hindustan हमारे बाप का है. So he person told that basically I want to see basically Hindustan किसके बाप का है. So next video basically we are going to see little bit more about the Hindustan किसके बाप का है.